In this video, I want to go over everything coming in the Season 2 update for Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, which is currently scheduled to release very shortly on the 7th of February. Now, of course, we are still waiting on official announcements, however, we already know a bunch of stuff that is coming. Now, like I've talked about in prior videos, I am a bit worried for the future of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies because Microsoft have just laid off a ton of employees at Sledgehammer Games, Treyarch, and the other studios. So how this is going to impact the future of updates for Modern Warfare 3, we don't know, but they have laid off literally the entire QA team, or at least the majority of them, and it seems like they will just be hiring contractors that they can just fire and let go, that they can just end their contract before they become full-time employees and then just hire new people. So this is very concerning for the future, and personally I think Season 2 hasn't been good enough for Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. I mean, we've seen the Christmas update, the Boys update, which literally got like nothing for zombies, whilst multiplayer and Warzone were the priority, and if we're seeing this trend already in Season 1, this is concerning. So I feel like Season 2 is a very important season for Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. They need to get this right. It needs to be a really jam-packed season full of quality of life improvements in order to bring people back, because I think the mode was pretty well received at launch. It kept people engaged, but people have drifted off a lot because I think Season 1, particularly Season 1 Reloaded, just adding the Dockerby Warlord wasn't good enough to keep people, and so much is riding on how the Season 2 update performs. But the fact that the updates so far have been pretty minimal is kind of worrying for the future, especially with what we saw with DMZ, where DMZ was updated very well at the start for the first few seasons, and then by the latter seasons there was almost no updates before it got fully cut off in time for Modern Warfare 3, and I'd expect something similar to happen with Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, but it seems like this is happening even sooner, especially because this is a paid-for experience. It's not benefited by it being free-to-play like DMZ, and of course Treyarch are hard at work now on COD 2024 Zombies, Black Ops Gulf War, or whatever it's called, the Return to Round-Based. They're also working on Round-Based for COD 2025 Zombies, which is going to be a Black Ops 2 sequel set in 2030, so they're working on so much Zombies content at once, and I'm guessing those future releases are probably taking priority, and that could be why Modern Warfare 3 Zombies is not being as well supported. Now, before I get into all of this awesome stuff coming in Season 2 for Modern Warfare Zombies, I first have an awesome message to share with you before we jump right into it. Stay tuned. Step into a world of sonic excellence with the Ankbit E700 headphones, and a huge thank you to them for kindly sponsoring this video and allowing me to try a pair for myself, so that I can showcase it in this video. Now, from my personal experience, I can attest to the Ankbit E700's brilliance. I wear them mainly during video editing sessions for crisp audio and a focused environment, filtering out any background distractions. The clarity of the audio is exceptional, allowing me to precisely balance audio levels during editing and clearly hear the difference, ensuring consistency throughout. Additionally, they've become my go-to for an immersive gaming experience. Embark on an auditory journey like never before. These active noise-cancelling headphones are a perfect blend of cutting-edge technology and unparalleled sound quality. Discover the ultimate in listening pleasure. Lossless, LiDAC audio coding technology, immerse yourself in pure, high-resolution audio. The LDAC technology ensures a transfer rate of up to 990 kilobytes per second, providing an audio experience 3 times richer than standard Bluetooth headphones. With active noise cancellation, block out the world and savor your music distraction-free. Equipped with 2 independent Ank chips and 5 microphones, the headphones can silence up to 35 decibels of external noise, whether editing videos, gaming, or in a busy environment. Relish a space of tranquility. Listen to music with high-definition quality and unparalleled clarity. The QCC 5125 chip and custom oversized 40mm dynamic drivers support various audio codecs, ensuring a truly immersive sound experience that goes beyond any ordinary standard. Have crystal clear calls, stay connected seamlessly. The built-in CVC 8.0 noise cancellation microphone guarantees clear hands-free calls, ensuring your voice is heard with precision in any environment. Experience 60 hours of playtime and fast charge. Uninterrupted bliss is at your fingertips. Enjoy up to 60 hours of playtime in standard mode or 45 hours in wireless ANC mode at 60% volume. A quick 5-minute charge provides an additional 5 hours of playback, perfect for your on-the-go lifestyle, so you can use it wired or wireless. So why opt for this headphones? Well, with the immersive noise cancellation, the high-resolution audio, the extended playtime, the quick charge feature, crystal clear calls, it has absolutely everything you want from headphones. So if you are in need of new headphones, consider this one. You can order your Ankbit E700 now via the link in the description. Elevate your auditory experience where technology meets personal audio perfection. So let's go over all of the content coming to Modern Warfare 3 Zombies in the future. Now, we don't know how much of this is coming in Season 2. I'd suspect the majority, or at least a lot of this, is coming in Season 2, but some of this is probably future content as well beyond Season 2, and it's also possible that some of this content may have just been in development, but doesn't ever end up seeing the light of day, since it's all stuff coming from the files of the game, so it's subject to change. So first of all, it seems like with Season 2, we're not seeing an Act 5. Treyarch have said that in the future seasons, there will simply be new story missions added to Act 4. Now, I don't know if this means there'll never be an Act 5, or if Act 4 will just get a new story mission per season. We're not exactly sure, but regardless, it seems like we're probably getting a new story mission per season, whether it's in Act 4 or whether there's more acts in the future. We're not exactly sure. And this is kind of disappointing because we were expecting many missions to be added with Season 1, and then we just got one story mission. However, it does seem like we'll at least be getting one brand new cutscene per season to continue the post-launch story, which I'm excited for because it's teasing so much for COD 2024 Zombies, and I'm really looking forward to the lore. Now, according to Alix on Twitter, there is something found in the files of the game regarding a Rescue Fletcher story mission that involves entering some sort of Dark Aether rift. And it says go to Fletcher's last known location and is listed as a stronghold. So is this suggesting that Fletcher is going to be getting added as a warlord, or maybe he's just going to be captive within a stronghold? But if we're going to be rescuing him, does this mean he may be a good person now in terms of the storyline? He may serve as a protagonist, or are we just going to capture him to interrogate him? If we're going to be rescuing him though, it seems like he may have been sabotaged by Zakeo or someone else. It seems like we'll have to investigate the nearby distress signal. We will then have to defend an area, defend the remaining survivors until the ACV is ready. We will then regroup at the AUCV with the remaining Terminus agents. We will then escort Terminus to Fletcher's last known location. We then have interference, investigate the source of the signal disruption, eliminate the source of the signal disruption. So of course we've been getting contacted by this entity, speaking to Ava and the other characters. Most likely this is Samantha Maxis in the Dark Aether, and maybe that is who is causing this disruption. But are we going to be playing as Terminus agents in this mission? I'm not exactly sure. It's a bit unclear from this. Apparently the signal disruption is going to be a mimic, but that has an EMP effect. But yeah, not sure why we're rescuing Fletcher. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Now, as you know, Modern Warfare 3 Zombies has released without a main Easter egg, and so far we don't know when a main Easter egg is going to be getting added. We know there's something in the files of the game regarding Dark Aether, so maybe Ava Jansen gets fully corrupted by the Dark Aether. She may be the target of this main quest, maybe the final boss fight, and we know the quest is called something like Fear of the Dark, but we don't know when this is getting added. I hope it's in Season 2. I really hope we don't have to wait too long for it. The main quests are definitely the most important thing of Zombies. I do wonder if it's going to be on the main Urzikstan, or if it's going to be added on, you know, a new map that's added in the future if Rebirth or Fortune's Keep come to Zombies. I also do wonder if it's going to have a cutscene at the end, because each of the different story missions have a cutscene. Are they going to be the only way you get cutscenes, or will there be an additional cutscene for this quest? Because this may mean we may get a full 6 cutscenes in its post-launch, including the Season 1 one, which is a lot of cutscenes, more than we've ever gotten in Zombies before, and that's definitely the best thing about Modern Warfare Zombies. But if there's even additional cutscenes for the quests, the main Easter eggs, then my god, we're going to get a lot of story content. Regardless of this fact though, of course, we had the little item quest with the sigils in Season 1, and it seems like we might be getting a repeat of this in Season 2 to open another Dark Aether rift, to re-enter the one that's for this new story mission that'll of course unlock a brand new cutscene. So it seems like we're collecting items from Fletcher's past. We have a drum, tattered MMA gloves. I guess he used to work there. The gloves seem to be embroidered with a message: a place to exhaust the body but charge the spirit. A pristine mirror, an eerily pristine mirror with an engraving on the back that says reflections are hidden in depths, but of course we see this backwards because it's a mirror, so we'll be able to see it clearly since of course the asset in the game is backwards. We have perforated target, a target filled with various bullet holes with an insignia of a snake. Now the most important thing are the new schematics coming. Now many have been found in the files of the game, but most of them ended up releasing in Season 1. 2 upcoming ones though is we're finally going to be seeing one for the VR11. I don't know why this didn't just drop when they added the VR11 itself. I really don't like how they're drip feeding content, but regardless, the other one is the Blood Burner. Again, this has been found in the files of the game. This is of course the Aether bike in Tier 2 or Tier 3 that can damage the zombies, has a blast, it auto repairs itself as well and refuels, and it can drive on water. It's going to be great to be able to spawn in with this from the get-go, and most likely you can get these via the new quest or entering the new rift that I just mentioned. And whilst this bike has been found in the files of the game since release, it has been rumored to be a Season 2 since release, so we've always been expecting it for Season 2, although technically it's not confirmed, but I really hope it comes. It would speed up the gameplay as well so much if you can just spawn in straight away with a vehicle. What's next is regarding new perks that are going to be coming. So apparently in the files of the game, Mule Kick has been found to allow you to carry 3 weapons. Now, this was the first perk that has been found, and I would expect this to be in Season 2. I hope it doesn't take any longer to get added. It really should be Season 2, especially considering we have many wonder weapons in the game. We should be able to carry many weapons. People have suggested it should just be available in medium to large backpacks anyways, like it is in DMZ, but it is not, so it seems like we're going to have a whole perk to be able to carry an additional weapon, unfortunately. In terms of other perks, it seems like Widow's Wine may be getting added at some point. It's not been found in the files of the game, but there is an emblem for it in the collector's edition, which suggests that it might be coming. Of course, this is the Spider Grenades perk from Black Ops 3 Zombies. That was so much fun. It increases, I guess, your shield, since it would create a blast that would protect you if you would get damaged. So maybe in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, if your shield breaks, it may then create this blast that will then shield you from the zombies around you. And the other perk that might be coming is Double Tap. Now, Double Tap is of course very overpowered, especially Double Tap 2.0, since it increases your damage as well as your fire rate. So I'm not sure how they'll balance this. They wanted to add it in Cold War Zombies, but it got swapped out with Death Perception, and they just ended up buffing all of the weapons instead on higher rounds. So I'm not sure if Double Tap will ever come, but they did swap out one of the posters on one of the remade Modern Warfare 2 maps to now say Double Tap, which suggests it might be coming. But again, it's not been found in the files, so that's just a rumor. And next is Electric Cherry has apparently been found in the files of the game. This one makes total sense to be added because in Cold War Zombies, Electric Cherry was just a perk upgrade for Elemental Pop, but since there's no perk upgrades in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, it's not in the game. Electric Cherry, of course, just creates an electric blast when you reload, which again is similar to Widow's Wine. It would protect you from the nearby zombies, but Widow's Wine and Electric Cherry serve similar purposes, so I'm not sure if they would want both in the game at once. But they had it in Black Ops 3 Zombies, but you were very overpowered. And Black Ops 3 Zombies did have a perk limit unless you used Perkaholic, of course, or from perk power-ups. Now, we have some quality of life improvements coming. Now, really, these should have been in the game from the get-go, considering they were in DMZ, but apparently an Exfil Streak is going to be coming again. This was already in DMZ. Now, these were leaked ages ago, but now we actually have the icons found in the files of the game, and the Exfil Streaks are going to be called containment levels. Personally, I think they should have added perks or something like that that you gain when going on an Exfil Streak, but nevertheless, this is good for now, and I think the rewards are actually pretty good. Now, in contrast to what was previously leaked, it seems like the containment level is going to work different to how we thought, because it's not just based on going on an Exfil Streak like was previously leaked. Instead, you will get a containment level, I think, for exfilling, but you will also get increases in your containment level upon completing contracts. I don't know how many you will get per the difficulty of contracts, whether you're in tier 1, 2, or 3. Maybe, for example, if you do a tier 2 contract, it will increase by 2. And the containment level will be tied to your operator. Of course, you have 3 different operator loadouts you can use. But if you have a level 2 containment level, you will start with 500 essence. If you have a level 5 one, you start with 5 armor plates. If you have a level 8 one, you start with 1000 essence. If you have a level 12 one, you start with 30% off perk machine costs. At 15, you start with 1500 essence. At 30, you increase your contract payout. At 40, you start with 2500 essence. At 50, you get 50% off mystery box cost. At 75, you start with 5000 essence. At 100, you get 20% off Pack-a-Punch machine cost. So like I said, very different to how was previously leaked. I don't know if they've changed it or if this is how it was always going to be, because before, when it was leaked, we only knew the amount of exfil times you had to do to increase your exfil streak, which previously would just go up to exfil streak 10. So these were really good rewards for how little exfil streaks you would have to go on. So I'm wondering if this list that you can see on screen is still correct. Maybe if you go on a 10 exfil streak, that'll be all of them, but maybe the higher streak you go on, the greater the multiplier is of the containment level, if that makes any sense. But yeah, we're not sure exactly how many containment levels you get per contract or per exfil or the difficulty of the contracts. The other quality of life improvement that's going to be coming is a wallet/bank system. It seems like these will be separate systems. So for one, you'll be able to keep all items in a separate inventory system in your games, so that's not taking up your backpack inventory. And additionally, it seems like you'll be able to take essence into future games with the bank system, which is a major quality of life improvement. But again, this is something that DMZ has, so really it should have been in the game from the get-go. Now, like I said before, we had Dockerby added as a warlord in Season 1 Reloaded, but many more have been found in the files of the game coming in the future, and there's actually more now that have been leaked, more than previously. So we have Keres, Garrid, Archangel, Rainmaker, Bronco, Kalenke, Ursa, and Sokolev. Sorry if I butchered those pronunciations, but we're unsure if when these are added, there's only going to be one warlord in the game at a time, and again, it'll just be on a rotation, random which one you get, similar to Dockerby and Legacy getting siphoned in and out. Of course, the first week that Dockerby was added, that was the only warlord you could fight, but considering they're adding so many more in the future, I really would prefer if all the Warlords were in the game at once. It would make the game feel more alive, and like I said, they should just have the different Warlord keycards work for any of them instead of being specific. In my opinion, that would just be a lot better. And of course, they have changed the missions that require you to defeat Legacy to now work for Dockerby as well, so it doesn't matter which Warlord you do. But yeah, many new Warlords coming in the future, but there's more than the amount of seasons we have, so I feel like some of these won't release. Maybe they're misinterpreted. We're not exactly sure. Now, speaking of Warlords, in terms of an actual zombie boss, not humans, for some weird reason, there's been an Extinction boss, the Gargoyle, found in the files of the game. Now, people have been spreading this everywhere, saying this is an upcoming boss coming to the game, but apparently this has been left over in the files ever since COD Ghost. It's always been in there, and the texture and the model is literally the exact same one from COD Ghost, which is why it's so pixely, because it's an outdated model from literally a decade ago. So I don't think they're adding this Extinction boss to the game, unfortunately. I would love to see some Extinction bosses retconned into zombies though, and they just say they're Dark Aether monsters, they just say the cryptids are Dark Aether creatures, and I think they would make for a lot of fun gameplay, and I would be totally down for them to bring back a load of past zombies bosses and bring them back into an open world zombies experience. I think an open world zombies experience is the perfect opportunity to bring back old wonder weapons, bring back old bosses into a massive mesh. I would be down for Order to return, for example, and so many of the other bosses, but it doesn't seem like we're getting the Gargoyle, it seems. Now, we do have new missions slash side quests coming. So for new contracts, we have one called Relic Hunt, which involves destroying relics related to Aether, seemingly. These include job letters, laptops, PhD theses, scientific journals, university IDs, pill bottles, notebooks, gloves, etc. Obviously, we're just trying to erase her past, since she has some sort of past connected to the Dark Aether. Her mum seems to be Dr. Grey, and she was adopted. We'll probably find out more about that in the future. And regarding COD 2024 Zombies, apparently there's also going to be a cargo delivery boat. There's also other activities coming. Now, we're not sure if these are side quests or some of these are going to be objectives, but one is going to be Summon, which is to collect zombie souls into a Dark Aether amplifiers, which then pulls a Dark Aether alpha you have to kill, which just sounds like a high value target. So I'm not sure if this is scrapped or if this is something different, it's a more difficult enemy, or if it's just a side quest that's basically the same as the contract. We also have helicopter drop, so this is the same as a side quest that was in Outbreak, where a helicopter will fly over with valuable targets. You'll have to shoot it down. Presumably it's a Terminus Outcomes one, and you can get some loot from it. We have some other ones which we don't know if they're contracts or if they're side quests. Civilian rescue. Civilians will be in areas alongside soldiers and scientists, and you have to evacuate them. This sounds very similar to the new quest that's coming, so I'm guessing this is going to be a season 2 one, because I'm guessing this new contract or side quest, it sounds like it's probably a contract, will come at the same time the quest is added that is in relation and similar to this. And yeah, I think this is a good way to incorporate humans on the map without them being annoying and make the map feel more alive. We also have refractors. Protect Aether refractors from zombie damage. Zombies will spawn in from different directions. Specifically, we also have wave survival, which involves waves of zombies, so it sounds like this will be round based, so maybe you'll just get teleported to a small section of the map or something like that, and you just have to survive a few rounds or something. And maybe there's a high value target wave at the end where you have to fight bosses just for one wave. We also have hostages. Mercenaries are holding scientists hostage. At one point, they will start killing them, requiring players to try at least save one of them. Again, this sounds more like a contract than a side quest, but we'll have to see. We also have holdout, like Outbreaks, where you have to survive based on the timer. However, this could be possibly cut because it sounds very similar to Outlast, which is the same general idea. However, you are not locked within the room, so it is still possible we could get both holdout as well as Outlast. There's no reason we can't. Overall though, this sounds very similar to when Outbreak was updated. This sounds similar to the post-launch updates we got for that, where they added new objectives and new side quests consistently throughout the seasons, which made the map feel more alive. So yeah, it seems like the mode will be a lot more replayable once these are added. Now, there's been some new power-ups found in the files of the game. So we have one which is Undead Sight. We're not sure what this is, but it sounds similar to Zombie Blood that was introduced on Origins in Black Ops 2, where you're just invisible to the zombies, which is essentially what the Aether Shroud field upgrade is, so it might be scrapped. We also have Looting Spree. Again, we're not sure what this is, but maybe it'll make everything cheap, or maybe there'll be more crates that'll spawn in, or better loot within the crates during whilst this power-up is active. Again, this could be scrapped though. And there is apparently also another alternative ammo type that's possibly coming called Shadow Vortex. This could be possibly cut. It was found before the game even released, but we don't know what it is. Probably some sort of purple Dark Aether tornado that might spawn in around you, taking out all of the nearby zombies. There is also a new wonder weapon apparently coming. Now again, we don't know if this is season 2 or if it's in the future, but apparently there's only the texture for it in the files. Right now we don't even know what it looks like, and we don't even have the actual name. All we have is the code name, which is Plove 32. 2. So I literally have no idea what that means. Speculate in the comment section down below what wonder weapon you think this is. It could be a returning one like the VR11 from the past. If so, I don't know what that would be. Moving further on, apparently the Parasite has been found in the files of the game. Of course, this was an enemy type that was introduced on Shadows of Evil. We saw it on Revelations as well. That would just be a little insect that would fly in the sky and shoot at you. So maybe that's going to be added as a new enemy type as well. Furthermore, a big thing that's going to be coming is apparently there's going to be a brand new mode, a completely separate mode to the normal Modern Warfare 3 Zombies mode that is going to have player versus player PvP enabled. Now, recently people's games were glitching out that enabled PvP, so you could shoot and kill other teammates or other players in the game, and now Treyarch fixed this so it's no longer happening, but I guess this was something slipping through the cracks for this upcoming mode. Now, yes, apparently PvP will be getting added, but it's going to be a completely separate mode, so for those who are worried it's going to disrupt the regular game, do not fret. It seems like this will be completely separate. Now, whilst I'm really open to them doing a separate mode, I just wonder how this is going to disrupt the online matches, because right now it seems like the player base is already decreasing and it's a struggle to match with randoms now, and if the player base is then split across 2 different modes, I wonder how that's going to be. Personally though, I don't think PvP will be that much fun in this mode, but people have been begging for it for ages, so it seems like that's why they're probably adding it. Most likely in development they have been testing the mode with PvP on and off, and they ended up choosing to have it off because it would just be really annoying inside of Zombies, but so many DMZ fans have been begging for it, so I guess they're adding it. But just as a side thing, I feel like it's probably going to be an LTM though, that's only going to be active for a short period of time, a couple weeks, maybe a month, and then they'll remove it. I just feel like it's not going to be a permanent mode, but we will have to wait and see. Maybe it is, as long as it just doesn't disrupt the main experience. I do also wonder if it is a permanent mode, are they going to lock certain schematics behind this mode? For example, the VR11 schematic would make sense to be locked behind this mode, considering this schematic allows you to turn enemies into friendlies, and maybe you're able to use it in this mode, so you can turn other humans into zombies, and that could be a strategy for this mode maybe, and maybe that's why they end up locking the schematic behind it, because if they end up locking schematics behind it, that means people who are not a fan of PvP will be forced to play it in order to unlock some of this content. So I'm interested to see how it is implemented, and is it just going to be played on the full Urzikstan like normal? Is it going to be pretty much exactly the same mode, or are they going to make some other tweaks for it? I'm really interested to see how they implement it. Now, of course, Fortune's Keep and Rebirth Island are coming to Warzone eventually. I'm guessing at least one of them probably in Season 2. We know Fortune's Keep's the one coming first. Now, is that going to come to Zombies as well? I really hope so, although there's been no official confirmation yet, and if they are added to Zombies, how are they going to be implemented? Will it all just be a tier 2 zone? Will there even be different zones? Is it going to be round-based instead of it being like normal DMZ? Honestly, no idea. Now, as you know, they were recently going to add an exfil system over to Warzone, but they ended up scrapping it because people were annoyed at it before even giving it a chance and before it releasing. But this would have been a way to get weapon cases, which was a feature in DMZ in Modern Warfare Zombies. So it seems like weapon cases will probably come to Modern Warfare Zombies in the future as well. Instead, Ravensoft are creating some sort of side mode in Warzone that will have the ability to exfil with weapon cases, although we already have DMZ, so I'm not really sure what is the point of that or why they're adding it. I'm guessing it's just going to be regular Battle Royale, but then you're also able to exfil. I'm not sure how that's going to function. Again, another feature from DMZ that should have been present in Modern Warfare Zombies from the get-go though. Now, another thing that's coming to Modern Warfare Zombies is new vehicles. It does seem like a tank might be coming at some point, as well as a helicopter, a mercenary helicopter, since there is a side objective tied to it. But yeah, we're not sure when they'll be added or how they'll be added. Now, with Season 1 Reloaded, Treyarch luckily gave everyone a bonus because there's been so many crashes. People either got them straight from the get-go, or you just had to complete one exfil successfully, and you would get 3 flawless crystals, 3 legendary tools, and 1 of each wonder weapon case. And this is awesome. I'm so glad that Treyarch did this. It was a little bit too late though, and I'm hoping that with Season 2 they do amend all of the crashing issues. Now, I'm not going to lie, I've not been playing the mode much recently, kind of got bored of it, so I don't know how bad the crashes are now, but that was part of the reason I stopped playing as well, because I was crashing so often. So I'm hoping that most of these crashing issues are amended by Season 2. I also hope that Treyarch better identify when you crash, and so that you keep your loot, because with Season 1 and Season 1 Reloaded, they did say that they started identifying more to keep your loot if you crash unfairly. However, people were still losing their loot. Some people were keeping them, but for the most part, people were still losing their stuff. So I'm hoping that they better identify when crashes happen to keep your stuff. Now, speaking of quality of life improvements, the biggest thing that Season 2 needs to achieve, and this hasn't been leaked, it's not been confirmed or anything like that, but the stash needs massively increasing. Right now, it's just not enough. It needs to be doubled, probably even tripled, especially because because they've added so many different schematics with Season 1, there's just not enough room to have everything. So that's a big thing that they need to do in Season 2. This is a must to improve the longevity of the mode, because right now lots of people have done everything, but they can't be bothered to keep playing because they can't use all of these awesome schematics they have, and they have to pick and choose between a very finite selection that they can choose from. Now, there is going to be a Walking Dead event coming in Season 2, it seems, but I don't know if this is going to get anything for zombies, because like I've said before, the boys didn't get anything, the Christmas event didn't get anything, so I feel like this trend is going to continue. Unfortunately, the mode is just not being well maintained in comparison to the other modes, which means it's just not as successful, which is really unfortunate. Now, in terms of future operators and weapons, many new weapons have been found. Now, I don't know if these are all in Season 2, we will have to see, but apparently we have the Anvil B, the HRM 762, the PM9, the MTAR, and there's a sword coming. The sword will be awesome in zombies, and apparently a bow is going to be coming with it as well. And in terms of operators, Laswell is going to be coming to the game. She was even shown in an official promotion, I think within the CDL, she was shown in one of the backgrounds, so she's definitely going to be coming probably Season 2. We will also apparently be seeing Milena Romanova from the campaign. She didn't really get a satisfying conclusion in the campaign, and I don't like that it's just dragged out in the post-launch. Makarov really needs to kill her off after she betrayed. Maybe she'll be featured in the Season 2 cutscene. And apparently there's another operator coming that's been shown in one of the trailers. The final thing coming to Modern Warfare Zombies in the future is, as you know, since before launch even, it's been rumored that Treyarch want to bring back round-based in some way in this mode. Now, like I said before, they are apparently having a side objective or a contract that's going to be essentially round-based, but that's not really proper round-based, that's just a mini way of incorporating round-based still in this open world experience. Now, of course, round-based is probably returning this year with the COD 2024 game, but it seems like they might actually be having some sort of round-based type mode added to Modern Warfare Zombies, but it seems like this is going to be a completely separate mode, and it's going to be played on Urzikstan. It's still going to be an open world experience. Apparently, it's going to be a new outbreak zone with civilians in it. Some places like the restaurant district, chapel, there are objectives you complete, things to loot, items to interact with, e.g. a deadbolt turret. Some objectives on it are clear the area and evacuate civilians from certain areas one by one, deal with deadbolt rogue soldiers, save civilian hostages, perform banishing rituals. Someone is tempting with room magic, break into enemy weapon stashes, control the spore before it is growing somewhere else, and so on. And apparently it's going to have a main quest. However, this is not proper round-based. This is essentially just the original Outbreak, because the original Outbreak still technically had rounds, but you would only progress the rounds after completing each objective, and that's what it sounds like. So it sounds like open world zombies. However, it's not DMZ, it's probably unlimited time you can complete, and you just have to keep completing objectives in order to progress the rounds. Now, honestly, I'm really excited for this because I liked the original Outbreak more than Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, to be honest, especially because it didn't have a time limit. At the same time, though, I want to see some sort of proper round-based experience. This isn't round-based, but yeah, I would love to see this as a side mode, but honestly, I'm a bit skeptical about this just because of the fact that we know we're getting a PvP mode as well, unless this is the PvP mode, but I doubt it. And would Treyarch want to split the player base that much, where we have a PvE mode, a PvP mode, and then we also have a more traditional Outbreak mode? That would split the player base a lot, and I don't know if they would want to do that, so I wonder if this is something we won't see. Maybe this is something we might see in COD 2024 Zombies as well. Alongside round-based, we get a proper Outbreak and not DMZ Zombies, so we'll have to wait and see what ends up happening. Anyways, let me know in the comment section down below. Would you want to see a more traditional Outbreak added, or do you just want to see round-based? I would be down for both. If they add round-based, though, I don't think it's going to be anything major. It's going to be definitely a small version of round-based. Maybe it's going to be played on the Void maps that were recently added to the game with the LTM, because these are just way too detailed and way too beautiful to just be used for a multiplayer LTM. So I'm hoping that they get reused for some sort of Onslaught mode or some sort of smaller scale round-based mode as well in this game, because why would they put all of that effort in for just a small little LTM if they're not going to be used for some sort of round-based or Onslaught mode? Onslaught was so much fun and kind of like round-based anyways, since it would still be on waves with the different surges, so that's what I'm praying for. But yeah, that seems to be all of the content for Modern Warfare Zombies in Season 2 that we know thus far. Like I said, some of this will be future content beyond Season 2, but that is everything right now. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not here for latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.